Well, after all these years, I guess it's time to try making a salad.
Maximum salad!
So this recipe calls for fresh veggies like lettuce, tomatoes, baby kale, herbs, things like that. So probably getting these items would be difficult in like a grocery store type setting. So I think the easiest way is going to be growing our own vegetables. And since growing lettuce is probably super complicated just in soil, let's go ahead and try out the Lettuce Grow Farmstand. Here I am unboxing what comes in the box. You've got a box with a bunch of other boxes, and then you've got this thing, and then you've got the empty box, which you should probably hang on to just in case. Alright, so the box comes with the, well, wait a second, I don't think that's safe for work. But the box comes with a bunch of gadgets inside, and let's take a look. While I show you all of the random little things that come with the Farmstand, I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. So the total cost for this was a 4-tier Farmstand, was about $500 because I got a coupon code. In fact, I will leave you my coupon code in the description below, just in case after watching this you're inspired to grow your own salad. They do ship for free to the US mainland. I live in Hawaii, so I had to pay an extra $150 to get it shipped here, but we are used to that. I did later on buy another extension level when I saw they had a sale, so if that becomes available again, I would highly recommend getting as many levels as you can. I think they max out at 6 or 7, so right now this is 9 months later and I do have a 5-tier instead of a 4, but this unboxing video is going to cover the 4-tier stand. Be sure to read the instructions really carefully, and there's also a Facebook group that you can join and share your questions and successes and failures with the Lettuce Grow community. You can also buy lights for it. They call them glow rings. If you're going to grow indoors in the wintertime, if you live in a colder climate, you can absolutely grow inside using lights. I'm growing outside on my balcony, or lanai as we call it. Whoa, hello! When you order your stand, it's going to come ahead of your seedlings. So it gives you a couple days to put the stand together, get it ready, set up your timer, plug everything in, get it all good to go, follow the directions. It tells you everything you need to know before your plants get there. Assembly is pretty easy. I did mess it up a couple of times, but if looking back, hindsight, I would have just followed the directions and chosen the right parts. I would have been just fine. You just want to make sure that your little piece goes into your pump. The pump on these things, I've already had to replace mine. I'm recording this 9 months after this video was taken. I did have to replace it. It did go out, but Lettuce Grow replaced it for free under warranty. It was not a huge deal. You can just kind of suction cup it down to the bottom, and then you've got a little gasket that goes over your hole and you're going to feed your cords through the hole. This is all explained in the manual, but for some reason I thought maybe you guys would want to see me assemble this thing. So, yeah, give it a little smack, and you've got a PVC pipe that you're going to attach to another PVC pipe, and then you're going to thread your extension pieces through it. You want to make sure there's a trick to this. You want to make sure that when you lock them in, that your holes are alternating each other, bricklay style, and not directly over each other, because otherwise your plants their roots will grow and they will kind of block the plant below it, if that makes sense. If it doesn't, go in the Lettuce Grow Facebook group and everyone will yell at you for having your holes not bricklaid. Okay, that's enough talk about your holes. Now the next thing you're going to do is just really simple. Put your diffuser cap, it's like a little hat, on top of the PVC pipe that's going to spray your water all down your levels. Put the lid on it. Ta-da! Dun-ta-da! I love it. Okay, now really important is try to find a spot that you think is going to work for this thing. It holds 20 gallons of water, which makes it super heavy. So once you have it where you want it, just try not to move it, I guess I should say. They do sell a dolly that goes with it to make it easier to roll it around. I'm putting this on top of AstroTurf, so I don't really have a way to have wheels underneath it. But anyway, it does scooch. I'll show you later in the video my attempt at trying to scooch it into a better position after I fill it. But yeah, okay. It's all good, except I forgot you gotta plug it in, and I don't have a plug on my lanai. Well, since I have these jalousie windows, I'm just gonna tuck it through somehow, squeeze it in there. It's totally fine. No one's gonna know. How are they gonna know? You need a GFCI outlet. I don't have a GFCI in my living room, so I got this extension cord thing from Home Depot, and you just plug that in and it becomes a GFCI outlet. And then you want to make sure not to actually plug it in because it doesn't have any water in it, and that will hurt your pump. So just admire it. Get your timer set up. Your timer, here we're in a warm climate, so I'm doing 15 on, 15 off in the day, and then 15 on, 120 off at night. The timer is probably the most complicated part of the process. Use like a little pencil, or I'm using a, I don't know what this is, like a scoop to set my timer. But once it's set, you've got a little gasket that goes on it to keep it from getting electrocuted. Just don't plug it in. Do not plug it in. Do not plug in your Farmstand. Okay, I guess that's about it until the plants arrive. Now we can just wait. What are y'all doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Yay, the seedlings are finally here. So you'll get a FedEx box of your seedlings, and they're really nice. They label them what each plant is. Just kind of inspect them, make sure that they don't have any bugs and that they're not all dead. You know, it's really nice. They label what each item is on the little sticker there, so you kind of get an idea of where to put them and which ones are shade tolerant. Now you get to fill up your farm stand with water. This is a terrible way of doing it. I repeat, don't do it the way that I'm doing it. I was like, okay, we live on a balcony. I don't have a hose. I don't have a garage. I don't have, you know, access to that kind of thing. So I'll just fill it up with like buckets of water. And no, terrible idea. I have a better way that I do, and I'll post another video about it later. But anyway, this is how we did it to begin with. So it holds 20 gallons, so fill it up. Next, you're going to add your nutrients. Again, I've learned a better way to add the nutrients than I do in this video. So essentially, just you'll add your scoops of nutrients to water, mix it up, and then add the water to the water rather than trying to stir it with the stick. Hit the like button if you enjoy the stick content, and hit subscribe if you hate it. Now we're going to test the pH. I lucked out. My pH was great, but a lot of people have really hard water, and so you'll need to adjust your pH. All of the instructions are in the manual, so you don't need me to tell you how to do it, but essentially put a few drops of the stuff into the vial and give it a shake and try to compare it to the chart and see where you land. And that's about it for pH. Don't obsess over it. I know some people check it every single day. There's no need for that. Just check it once a week. You're good to go. The goal is ultimately you want your pH to look like a nice light beer. Lone Star, perhaps? All right, now I'm going to show you why you want to make sure this thing is where it's supposed to be before you fill it up. Once you fill it up, it is really heavy. So it's 20 gallons of water, like I said, and just It does scooch, but man, it is a pain. Yay, now it's time to actually add your plants to your farm stand. So you just take them out of the package and you just pop them into the little cup that they come with. It's very, very easy. And don't get hung up too much about where to place your plants. I think I overthought it in the beginning, but it is nice with this unit that you can just take your plants out and move them around as needed. So I would also not recommend using masking tape to label your plants. The sun completely cooked the masking tape onto my farm stand, and I had to use Glue Gun to get the tape off when I went to move my plants later. So now I just use a little plant tag that you can just buy and put that in each little pod, and that way it can move along with the plant. But look how beautiful it is. So you've got all your little plants in there. Any day now we're gonna have a salad.
Three weeks later.
Well, that escalated quickly. It's been 3 weeks. The plants look awesome. There's some kale, there's some bok choy, there are tons of lettuces. Like, this thing is just the growth is phenomenal. I even have some tomatoes starting to grow. I'm really excited to have all of the ingredients for my new salad. I will say the maintenance on this thing is really easy. Once a week, you add water, you add your nutrients, you check your pH. You're gonna trim the roots on your plants. I'll show you that in a minute. And then just kind of pick off any dead leaves, clean up around the stand, make sure there's no bugs. It's really an easy way to garden for sure, especially on a balcony. I'm going to show you how to trim your roots. In general, you don't want to trim more than 1/3 of the plant, whether it's the leaves or the roots, at one time, because you could send the plant into shock. So kind of give it an eyeball and try to keep it around 1/3 when you're going to do your plant trimming. Trimming the roots is good for you because you can move your plants around a lot easier, but it's also good for the lettuce grow itself because long roots can clog the pump in the future. And here's what we've all been waiting for: Maximum Salad's Guide to Making a Maximum Salad. In this recipe, you're gonna need the following: red leaf lettuce, 2 leaves, arugula, 4 pieces, baby kale, some baby kale, 1, maybe 2 of those, couple of those maybe, baby kales, yep, definitely. This is an original recipe, by the way. Dun 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 dun! Maximum Salad! $600 salad.
Many months later.
Well, if I only would have waited a few months, I could have added tomatoes to my salad, but that's okay. We'll use that for another recipe. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and click the subscribe button. I've got some more lettuce grow videos coming up. And if you didn't enjoy it, just leave a comment below saying, we didn't come here for actual salad. Thanks for watching.